Last week on Checkpoint, we brought you the story of a tight-knit community at the foothills of Auckland's Waitakere Ranges out west who are fighting the building, or construction, of a water treatment plant. Watercare has 4 options, but 2 of those options would mean destroying up to 18 homes. Cherished homes, of course. Zac Fleming visited Parker Road to meet 2 families fighting desperately to stay.
Parker Road is a long cul-de-sac at almost the very western edge of what most consider to be Auckland. Half an hour's drive from the Sky Tower, there's no footpath, no curbs, but what there is a seemingly endless amount of signs and pickets lining it. Almost every one of the road's 213 homes has one, slogans like, "Please care, Watercare." Tina Lee Viskovich grew up on Parker Road. Her family moved there in the 40s.
Children are starting to have panic attacks. They're watching all of their parents cry. It's just so unfair. And the older people are going in for suspected heart attacks. Everybody in this whole street is on a knife's edge. For 3 weeks, nobody has slept. Everybody's just beside themselves with worry.
The 90-year-old Huia water treatment plant in Titirangi needs replacing. Dozens of options have been narrowed down to 4. 2 sites on Parker Road, which would see up to 18 homes demolished, upgrade the plant at its current site, or build across the road, which is native bush. All 4 cost more or less the same, around $300 million. The reason Tina and other residents are so concerned is because Parker Road has been identified by engineers as the preferred option.
Hundreds of my friends, hundreds of my brother's friends and hundreds of my parents' friends call this their second home. And it's just a roof for anybody that needs it. Yeah. My mum's just taken in a foster child this year as well, who's already been to too many different houses this year, and we've promised him this is his forever home, and now he's standing out on the front lawn with a sign saying, "Please don't take my home."
If Parker Road is chosen, Watercare could take any homes it needed under the Public Works Act.
Even if they wanted to pay 4 times what it's worth, it will never be what it's worth to us. We don't want to move, and if for whatever value as well, it's just going to be too hard to buy in Auckland. And it's not only us that are going, there's the wood pigeon that lives in that guava tree over there. Where's he going to go for 4 years while they're painting paradise to put up a parking lot for a water treatment plant?
Tina believes it's near on impossible to find a community like hers.
I represent New Zealand in karate, and the day that I got named in the national team, tractors and ride-on lawnmowers came rolling up the driveway, and everybody just helped. And they said, "What can we do to get you there?" And they fundraised for me to go to 5 World Championships, Brazil, Japan, Germany, all over. And I'm so lucky. I wouldn't have gone without this community.
Then there's the houses themselves, some of which are literally irreplaceable. A few hundred metres up the road from Tina's family home is neighbour Julian Paree. He says he spent 20 years designing his dream home and the past 14 years building it, much of it by hand out of a barn which he built himself.
I've been planning to be in Oratia for a long, long time. We lived in Glen Eden, in our one and only house up till now, for 35 years, and always I knew, in some sort of secret knowledge, that there was one last valley left in Oratia. And just at the right time, we spotted an ad for this property.
67-year-old Julian is a potter. The house is built using a technique called rammed earth, which dates back to around 5000 BC. Moulds are built and earth literally rammed into them. The result is beautiful, looks similar to sandstone, and is environmentally friendlier than every other common building technique.
Well, I call it my magnum opus. It's the big one. I'm not going to be able to do something like this again. It's a one-off. It's full of little things that I've had to invent.
And Julian's home is so unique, universities have asked him to give students tours.
We had a class here yesterday. They're the 4th class that have come, and basically this is their rammed earth chapter for their quantity surveying course. So we get a little lecture in the workshop. They look at the plans, they look at the actual raw material and the technical nature of assembly and how it all goes together, and then they come up to the house and just have a good look around.
And what's their usual reaction?
Ooh, ah. They love it. They're young, and from their point of view, it's like something out of Harry Potter.
Julian, Tina and all their neighbours say they're doing everything they possibly can to try and convince Watercare to not choose Parker Road. Watercare says there's no preferred option and they'll continue consulting the community up until they make their decision in around 3 months. For Checkpoint, Zac Fleming.